The Americans dug this pit for themselves. It was U.S. companies that poured a huge amount of money and investment into the rapidly growing China. The United States was the godfather of China's economic miracle. After the Soviet-Chinese armed conflict on Damansky Peninsula in 1969, Washington mistakenly thought that a new ally had emerged in the fight against the Soviets. By 1970, the multi-billion-dollar concept of opening China was already prepared. Developed by the U.S. President's National Security Advisor, Henry Kissinger, President Jimmy Carter later lobbied for developing Beijing's economy. In China, the main driver of attracting direct foreign investment was Deng Xiaoping himself, who blessed the inflow of capital with his famous phrase, "It doesn't matter what color the cat is, black or white. A good cat is the one that catches mice." China announced a new policy of opening up to the outside world, the goal of which was to attract direct foreign investment. This involved not just regular investments, but also creating high-tech joint ventures from scratch and collaborative projects to explore and develop natural resources. Compensation deals, which involved the direct provision by foreign companies of equipment, technologies, technical and expert personnel. In short, money, people, and technology. The American economy continued to strengthen despite emerging crises, largely thanks to skillful policies and strategic alliances. At this time, the global economic scene began to change, and the role of technology became increasingly significant. China fully took advantage of the favorable political and economic atmosphere of the 1980s. It became the world's consumer goods factory. Then, after gaining financial and manufacturing strength, it identified the most promising areas of industrial production and made a leap into microelectronics, machine tool manufacturing, aviation, and the space industry. Since the American cat started catching mice, that is, since the 1980s, almost 400,000 new enterprises have been built from scratch in China. In 1980, at current prices, the industry produced $134 billion worth of goods, but by 2019, that figure had reached $4 trillion. In the world, the share of Chinese industry has grown from 3 to 25%. As a result of financial injections, the Communist Party's carrot-and-stick policy, and of course the hard work of the Chinese people themselves, the economic growth in China amazed the whole world. From 1979 to 2010, it was 10%, and from 2001 to 2019, it was 9.2%. GDP grew 269 times from 1978 to 2019. In 2019, the gross regional product of just one of the most developed provinces, Guangdong, exceeded the GDP of all of Russia. In 2020, the total GDP of all of China surpassed the symbolic mark of 100 trillion yuan.